Good afternoon from SPEC in St. Augustine, Trinidad, and welcome to the 22nd edition of the Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Tournament, where the future stars of Caribbean netball take center stage. I'm Peter Rampo with the commentary. It is Antigua Barbuda, the proud Badali girls, stepping onto the court with resilience and purpose, and they are coming up against the team from Antigua and Barbuda, led through the midcourt by Tiana Telemac and anchored in the shooting circle by Tiana Graham. Dominica side is full of grit and stamina, so expect a battle of discipline versus endurance this afternoon. And it is youth netball at its purest, passion, development, and pride on the line. We're ready for the action here. Antigua and Barbuda, Graham, Scott, Simon, Benjamin, Roberts, Martin, and Ryan. They're starting 7. As for Dominica, Pierre, Gregoire, Jacob, Toussaint, Marcelin, George, and John. Dominica in the green, get us started. They're attacking the goal to our right at the moment. And it is Antigua and Barbuda in the wall red outfits. First shot for Dominica. Slipped in towards Pierre, who's had a hot hand all the way through this tournament. And she sends Dominica out in front early here. 1-0 inside the first 20 seconds. Antigua and Barbuda coming downfield. A Dominica player goes down heavily. That is the goal defense. John goes down. She looks to be okay as the Antigua and Barbuda team exchange a couple of passes there. Almost getting a hand in was Jacob, the wing defense. A Marcelin correction, the wing defense for Dominica. Here come the, well, that's somehow threaded through. Great bit of defensive work there by George. She's been one of the outstanding players for Dominica. She and Pierre have really stood out in attack and defense, respectively. Yes, by Simon. Simon looks to get Graham in. Goalkeeper ordered to step away, and Graham just misses. Simon will pass it back to another attempt for Graham. And despite her smaller size, she has been able to hold her own against much larger goalkeepers and goal defenders in this competition. Interception here by the Antigua and Barbuda team. They come downfield once again. Ryan getting things going on the right-hand side for them. Simon. Turning nicely is Benjamin. Well, Scott was rolling around looking for Simon. Simon still lurking inside the circle. She's the one wearing the spectacles, just under the basket at the moment, ready for the rebound. No need though, because Graham puts it away to give Dominica a 2-0 lead. 2-1 lead, correction. Antigua and Barbuda, starting with in attack Graham and Scott. Graham the goal shooter and Simon the goal attack, and supporting them in the middle of the court, the wing attack Scott, center Benjamin, and the wing defense Roberts. And at the back, not much work so far, is the very important figure of Martin, Jada Martin at the back. She's been entrusted to guard Pierre, and she is assisted quite ably by Ryan, the goal defense. Here come Dominica looking for their second score in the quarter. Cagey start here, 3 minutes gone and just 2-1. They're going towards Gregoire. Contact on the hands of Gregoire. And she has a long look and bounces it off the front of the rim and in. 2-2. Antigua and Barbuda, coached by Martha Joseph. The manager of the team is not mentioned here on one of the slips. Dominica coached by Jennifer Nanton. Kania James is the manager of the team. Toussaint captaining the team today. Nice pass into Gregoire. That one bounced several times on the rim before finally settling into the net. And for the first time in the match, second time in the match, Dominica have a small lead. Dominica finished 6th in the tournament last year, 93 goals in 2025. I believe they have surpassed that already. A real battling match, almost WWE stuff there. Dominica in 5th place this year, and they have 5 points with just the 1 win. They've scored 83 goals, so you would believe that they should surpass that 93 that they got last year in this game. Here's Dominica to the overload on the left-hand side. And that comes to Pierre. Now she's battling for it. Oh, she drops it just at a critical moment. It slipped from her grasp. Dominica forging ahead now, 4-2 in front. That's important for this game. This is a battle between Dominica, who are in 5th place, and Antigua and Barbuda are in 7th place. Antigua and Barbuda have not won a game. They've lost all 5. They've scored only 60 goals and conceded 179. So on both counts, 7th overall in the records on both stats. Simon exchanging passes there with Scott. Scott is the one who really gets the attacks going here. She finds Simon. Simon will step in and, well, she faked the pass and gets the shot and gets the pass into his ground where misses completely. Simon is there to clean things up. 4-3. As for Dominica, their record in the tournament, just a 1 win, so they're in 5th place. Cayman Islands, they are tied on 5 points with the Cayman Islands. So a loss today for Dominica. Will that hurt them? Well, Cayman Islands coming up a very tough Grenada team. So on form, you would expect Grenada to take care of that. So a good chance here for Dominica to actually hold on to that 5th spot in the tournament. Out of play. At the top, of course, Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados tied on 25 points each. TNT ahead on goal difference. The goal difference at TNT is a whopping 153. For Barbados, it's 76. So TNT very much in front and have almost sewn up the scoring title already. Here's Antigua and Barbuda with under 3 minutes to go. On the attack, looking to tie things up here. 211 goals for Trinidad and Tobago in their 5 games. 160 for Barbados. It's actually the 3rd best scoring total. The 2nd is for St. Lucia, who have scored 176 goals. Unfortunately for them, they've already played out all their matches. They're spectators today. Dominica attacking, Jacob starting the attack, but Pierre is Jacob again. That's a nice pass and a good run from Gregoire to get herself in some space to do some damage here. And she does, one-handed, confident as you like. Antigua and Barbuda team cheering their players on. And the Antigua and Barbuda contingent is way to our left, way outside of your picture at the moment. The gentleman holding a very large flag there of Antigua and Barbuda. Miss for once here from Dominica. Antigua and Barbuda try to come forward. Here is Martin getting the attack going. Now here's Scott. Simon has come very deep here. Yeah, they're struggling to get it forward, and Dominica almost picking that off. Is back with Martin. Benjamin collects that one, just over a minute to go. Final day of the competition here today at SPEC. And this is action in the Jean Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships on Sportstream TT. And this broadcast brought to you by Sport TT, PBS Technology Limited, Shazil Mohammed Construction Limited, and FitDoc. We haven't seen Melody, the mascot of the tournament yet, but I'm sure she'll be out on the court sometime later on today. That's thrown away by Antigua and Barbuda just when they were looking to cut the lead down to 2-1. In the stands as we watch on. Here is Gregoire to roll that one in for a 3-goal lead. A couple of vendors have been making a rousing trade here. They've been selling Trinidad and Tobago flags, and there's some punk Trinidad and Tobago wigs. Actually, they're going at a fairly reasonable rate. They're red, white, and black in color, and they look like something that maybe the band out of the 80s, the Sex Pistols, or maybe even Rod Stewart may have worn back in the 1980s. One minute to go here in the first quarter of game number 1 today. Antigua and Barbuda versus Dominica. And there goes the final whistle. At the end of it, it is Dominica that lead 6-3. A solid first quarter for them. Antigua and Barbuda still a lot of work to do, and if they are to get their first win, they will need to up the ante here. You're watching action in the Jean-Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships on Sportstream TT. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be back with quarter number 2 in a few moments.
Sportstream TT. Never want to miss a moment of your child's sporting development? Sportstream TT is an innovative sporting recording company which is in the eyes and ears of the parents, coaches, and sporting clubs. Contact us at 292-5357. Email sportstreamtt@gmail.com or check us out on Instagram, Sportstream TT. We can customize a package for you.
Melody, the lively and proud mascot of the Jean-Pierre Youth Caribbean Netball Tournament is inspired by the steel pan, the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, and one of the Caribbean's greatest cultural treasures. Her pan-shaped head represents the heartbeat of Caribbean music, rhythm, creativity, and innovation, born from the people. Her energetic pose and bright personality reflect the vibrancy and movement displayed on the netball court and our Caribbean culture. The red uniform highlights Trinidad and Tobago's national pride, while the flowing, colorful accents symbolize the diversity and unity of the wider Caribbean region. The musical theme woven into her design reminds us that, like the steel pan, the Caribbean voice is unique, powerful, and joyful, bringing people together across borders.
Second quarter about to begin in game 1 today. Final day of the competition. This is the 2026 Jean-Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships on Sportstream TT. And this broadcast brought to you by Sport TT, PBS Technology Limited, Shazil Mohammed Construction Limited, and Fit Dogs. Antigua and Barbuda trail Dominica by 3-6 here. It's been a first quarter in which they've been pegged back. Dominica now attacking the goal to our left. They're in the all-green outfits. And in the all-red is the Antigua and Barbuda team. They're smaller, but they're fast. And in terms of stature, tallest player on the team is Simon. And even Simon is dwarfed by some of the players on the Dominica team. Much more physical team is this Dominica team, and they have made it they have used it to good effect here today. So that's 7 for Dominica, a 7-goal lead. Very much a pride match for the Antigua and Barbuda team. Their resilience certainly has been tested during this week. They're searching for their first win. Their defensive grit has shown in some games. There was a narrow loss to the Cayman Islands. They are very dangerous underdogs in this final round robin fixture. There's no tomorrow for them in the competition, so they'll be going all out to try to get back in this one. They trail by 4 goals at the minute. Just shows you the grit and determination of these young ladies out of Antigua and Barbuda, the land of 365 beaches. I'm sure they'll be on one of those pretty soon when they get back. Here come Antigua and Barbuda. Simon looking for Graham inside the circle. And the infraction committed by Simon, and that will be Dominica to restart play with their goalkeeper George. She and John have had a much better game today. And as you say that, it goes back towards Antigua and Barbuda. Graham. Oh, she's a tough competitor, isn't she? She takes the knocks and she goes on as though nothing has happened. Here come Antigua and Barbuda too. They've been doing much of the attacking in this second quarter. Oh, that's a fine ball. That one shredded through the needle. And Graham can't finish it off. That's been one of the real Achilles heel for this Antigua and Barbuda. They've produced some fine plays and they just have not been able to convert a lot of them. Chance here for Simon. And again. Again, she misses hitting the front, and you can see the grimace on her face. It's been a tough tournament. They played 6 out of the last 7 days, so it's been a really tough ask for these young ladies. But gives them a good sense of what it's like at international level. Just 1 goal scored so far in this second quarter. We've had almost 4 minutes played and just the 1 goal, and that belongs to Dominica. Oh, there's a player gone down heavily, and that's Graham. That's not going to bother her. She just takes the licks and she gets back up, gets on with it for her country, and buries it this time. 4-4, Antigua and Barbuda. That's only the second score, and we are almost up to the 5-minute mark, the halfway point of the second quarter. Well, that's thrown away. Here comes Dominica. That's horribly short there by Gregoire, who puts her hands to her face immediately. Fight for regional pride between 5th place Dominica and 7th place Antigua and Barbuda. Antigua and Barbuda have just averaged 12 goals per game. That's been a problem for them, and you can get a sense of why. That final pass has not gone their way, and when it does, they've also not been able to convert their percentage. Their percentage of conversions from shots is also pretty low. Dominica 3 versus 2 right now. Here's a chance for Gregoire, and she gets it to fall. 8-4. Just 3 goals in almost 7 minutes of play in this one. Center for Antigua and Barbuda. Benjamin is going to come off. Well, if you use the Cayman Islands as a benchmark, Dominica supporters will be saying, well, they should win this one. Dominica beat the Cayman Islands 24-22, while Antigua lost to the Cayman Islands 16-20. Dominica would fancy themselves as slight favorites in this one, and that description has been apt because they lead 8-4. And here's Gregoire with a chance, and she buries it from distance. A good 2.5 meters, but it's not going to count. The official spotted an infraction, and Gregoire was left very disappointed. That was a fine shot. Dominica's defense has also been better on paper. They've only conceded 141 goals coming into today's game, 145 counting today's game. And that's significantly fewer than Antigua and Barbuda's 179. In fact, they have now conceded 188 goals. There's a couple of changes here for the Antigua and Barbuda team. Battling for pride here, and they've given everything in this tournament. As Dominica will get us going here again. Pierre turns nicely, as easy as you like. Overshoots the target that time, but Gregoire can't keep it in. It bounced outside of the line. Antigua and Barbuda can't keep that in. And that's dropped there by Jacob. And all of a sudden, the nerves are getting to the players here. Just 4 goals scored in this quarter so far. Antigua and Barbuda looking to get their second of the quarter. Arcs that high over the defender, and you have to get it high over George, who is a towering figure over the smaller figure of Graham. And Simon can't apply the finish. Now Graham has a chance. And again, she overshoots the target. And so they continue to struggle here, the Antigua and Barbuda team, to convert great chances. I reckon if they'd taken all their chances, they could have had been level with the Dominica team, if not ahead. Antigua and Barbuda, the only team in the competition yet to record a win. 0-5, their final chance today to get on the board. but they are trailing by 5 here. Dominica now moving forward smartly. Pierre is hammered in the back, but she turns around and shoots and scores. Dominica into double figures. Under half a minute to go in this second quarter. Both of these teams have come off very heavy defeats to Trinidad and Tobago as Dominica extend their lead now to 7. Dominica were beaten 44-9 by Trinidad and Tobago and absolutely hammered last night for Dominica, 51-9. Both teams got 9 goals, that's great, but concession, Dominica conceding the first 50 plus total. That's going to bring us to the halftime break, and at halftime, Dominica lead by 11-4. You're watching 2026 Jean Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championship action on Sportstream TT. Brought to you by Sport TT, PBS Technology Limited, Shazil Mohammed Construction Limited, and Fit Docs. Join us in a couple of minutes for more action.
Sports Stream TT. Never want to miss a moment of your child's sporting development? Sports Stream TT is an innovative sporting recording company which is in the eyes and ears of the parents, coaches, and sporting clubs. Contact us at 292-5357. Email sportsstreamtt@gmail.com or check us out on Instagram, SportsStreamTT. We can customize a package for you.
Melody, the lively and proud mascot of the Jean Pierre Youth Caribbean Netball Tournament is inspired by the steel pan, the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, and one of the Caribbean's greatest cultural treasures. Her pan-shaped head represents the heartbeat of Caribbean music, rhythm, creativity, and innovation, born from the people. Her energetic pose and bright personality reflect the vibrancy and movement displayed on the netball court and our Caribbean culture. The red uniform highlights Trinidad and Tobago's national pride, while the flowing, colorful accents symbolize the diversity and unity of the wider Caribbean region. The musical theme woven into her design reminds us that, like the steel pan, the Caribbean voice is unique, powerful, and joyful, bringing people together across borders.
Please take note of the progression and development of the TTFA safeguarding pathway in reference to safeguarding. For those interested in a level 1, it will be safeguarding license, basic safeguarding course. Level 2 will focus on club safeguarding officer, an appointed safeguarding role at a club. Those who wish to pursue level 3 will now be considered as a safeguarding officer appointed by the TTFA in a safeguarding role, and for level 4, safeguarding instructor or possibly a safeguarding player care and well-being officer, lead instructor or player care specialist. So those are the 4 levels.
Battle continues here at SPEC in St. Augustine, Trinidad, 2026 Jean Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships on Sportstream TT. Thanks so much for joining us. This broadcast brought to you by Sport TT, PBS Technology Limited, Shazil Mohammed Construction Limited, and Fit Doc. Antigua and Barbuda locked in a tight battle here, but Dominica dominating that very low-scoring second period. Just 5 goals, the lowest output of any quarter we've had so far in the competition, and they lead by 11-4. These two teams are among the lowest scoring in the competition, and certainly that is shown up here today. Antigua and Barbuda really have struggled, and finally they have another goal. They're up to 5. Sixth game in 7 days for these young athletes. There you would expect to see a lot of unforced errors in the third quarter as the fatigue sets in. So keep an eye out for that. Third quarter, things change up a lot in this sport. And we'll certainly might see a lot more of those unforced errors. There have been a fair amount, to be fair, so far. Antigua and Barbuda looking for their second of the quarter, and they have it. They've started off brightly in the third quarter, 2 unanswered goals. And now an interception. Simon picks up the loose ball. And that is in. New goal attack in for the Antigua and Barbuda team, and the combination is working well. That's 3 straight for them. Martha Joseph's words has not fallen on deaf ears here. They've responded here in the early part of the third quarter. But Simon was going one way, the ball went the other. She still manages to track it down. That one batted back to Simon. There was a Dominica hand in there too. And Simon rolls that one in. That's 4 straight for Antigua and Barbuda. And after scoring just 1 goal in the third quarter, they've responded by scoring their output from the first 2 quarters. They've done that within 3 minutes here. Remarkable. They still trail by 4 though here. That was ambitious there from Simon. That's the furthest shot that she's attempted. Almost took that one from the car park in the context of the previous shots. Ooh, a clash of bodies here. No retreat, no surrender. Toussaint looking to turn with it, but not sure if that knock's still affecting her. Dominica's lone win was against the Cayman Islands. They scored 24 goals. And if they can hit the mid-20s today, they should take the win. At least that's what we've seen from their scoring over the past couple of years. That's a giveaway. Well, they've had 4 goals in this quarter. That could have been 5. They still trail by 4. They could have had a 3-goal deficit there. That hit the foot of the Antigua and Barbuda player. Oh, they were caught napping there that time. And Gregoire scores. She has been excellent here today. Pierre usually takes the spotlight, but Gregoire, in her very self-effacing way, has taken the spotlight with her shooting. Nice pass by Simon, and she gets sets up the 5th for Antigua and Barbuda. I was going to mention that Antigua's goal attack and their shooter must improve their conversion rate. Certainly they struggled with that in the first two quarters. In the third quarter, however, they've only missed one shot. Two, correction. One of them was a long range effort from Simon. And she's going for another one here. Collects the rebound herself. And scores. That's 5 for Antigua in the quarter. Simon from distance. What a resurgence here from Antigua and Barbuda. They're now behind by just 2. They were trailing by 7 at one point. Pierre now with a chance to put some gloss on her performance, and she shows exactly what she's about. Just the second goal for Dominica in the quarter. Official having a word with one of the Antigua and Barbuda players, and she has ordered, what's happened here? She's pointed to the bench for the Dominica player, and who has been put off the field here. Oh, she's not looking too happy. A moment that defies explanation at the moment. Here come Dominica. It's a giveaway to Antigua and Barbuda. We're looking to drive forward, but the officials have been on top of everything here. There's been a fair amount of criticism of the officiating. And Pierre with a rather wild-looking shot doesn't even touch the rim. Especially after that Grenada St. Lucia game. The tempers are beginning to boil over a little bit here. The Antigua and Barbuda player is that Benjamin just sort of slammed the ball and away from the court. I'm surprised the official did not pick up on that. In other sporting codes, especially FIFA in football, that could have ended up as a yellow card. 15-11 the lead for Antigua and Barbuda with just over 2 minutes to go here. For Dominica, correction. Pierre trying to embellish that, and she does. It's now up to 5. So after that opening overture from Antigua and Barbuda, it is Dominica that have struck back here with 2 goals. Well, they were certainly not on the same wavelength that time. Well, here's another comparison which may indicate, as Antigua and Barbuda will pick this up here, the inbounder pass created an infraction which goes the way for Antigua and Barbuda. And now they kindly give it back to their opponents. Take a look at this, take a listen to this St. Lucia comparison. Dominica lost to St. Lucia by 6 goals. But Antigua lost to them by 20. Many would read into that Dominica perhaps has a stronger transition game, leading by 5 here. Antigua and Barbuda, and the player who was ejected for a couple of minutes is now back on. She's looking bit more circumspect, and Simon unable to connect with that one. The lead is 5 at the moment. Great start to the quarter from Antigua and Barbuda, but that initial adrenaline and momentum has now ebbed away. Dominica, it's back to them with the lead by 5, and they're aiming for goal number 17. Pierre can't convert that one. And there have been a rash of mistakes here. We did talk about that earlier as the third quarter comes to an end. At the end of the third quarter, a 5-goal lead for Dominica. It could have actually been better for Antigua and Barbuda. They went off like a speeding bullet with 4 straight goals. And they actually scored 7 out of the first 8 goals in that quarter. But Dominica came rushing back with 2 goals to end of the half. And they lead by 5 here. 2026 Jean-Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships.
Nexus Consulting has been in the business of helping organizations develop their people, systems, and culture for over 20 years. With a team of consultants who are experts in a range of fields, we provide strategic and organizational development, culture change, team synergy, talent management, and assessments. Contact us today to learn more.
The Trinidad and Tobago Football Association Safeguarding Unit, Player Care and Wellbeing, working in conjunction with FIFA, understands the importance of the slogan, "Keeping children safe is everyone's responsibility." But who is responsible for safeguarding in sport? The question may be asked. Well, everyone who comes into contact with children and young people through sport or physical activity has a responsibility for safeguarding and child protection. This includes coaches, officials, paid staff, and volunteers. Your club or organization may also have someone in a named child protection role with a specific responsibility for safeguarding, perhaps a designated safeguarding lead or welfare officer or even safeguarding officer. However, it's important that everyone understands your organization's safeguarding policies and procedures, knows how to recognize concerns and what steps they must take. Taking part in sports should be fun and enjoyable for children and young people, and if they feel safe, they are more likely to strive. Safeguarding and child protection is essential in developing a safe and inclusive environment, as well as understanding their safeguarding and child protection responsibilities. It's important that sports coaches and leaders, 1, know how to recognize the signs of abuse, 2, have the confidence to challenge poor practice, and 3, are able to respond appropriately to concerns.
Welcome back to action in the fourth quarter of the match between Antigua and Barbuda and Dominica. Dominica leads 16-11. This is action in the 2026 Jean-Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships. And here we go. Dominica holding on to a 5-goal lead. And they will be, it's all about game management now. Pick up the chances, maybe a bit more conservative, and they will clinch that 5th spot in the tournament. Antigua and Barbuda, meanwhile, their goalkeeper has been Gus Martin. She has been involved in with rebounds, a lot of rebounds, and she must ensure those rebounds turn into successful fast breaks. That will start off the attacks for them. Also, what you need to look for in this fourth quarter. Dominica had a habit of winning third quarters in this competition, but they faded in the fourth a couple of times. So if Antigua can stay within striking distance of them in these final 10 minutes, you could see them maybe pull ahead. That's all supposition, though. Dominica, of course, will be very much cognizant of their failings in a couple of these games. That is the sort of situation that Antigua and Barbuda have been hurt by all the way through this tournament. Trailing by 5, that would have been an ideal opportunity for them to start off the final quarter in a big way. Ball has been given over to Dominica. They've done so well to cut off all the passing lanes. That ball was turned back over to them. Gregoire. couple of nice little passes with her center. It comes to nothing here for the Dominica team as Antigua and Barbuda try to get things going. Foul committed. Oh, give away. Oh, and then she herself strays into an offside position. 6 of one, half a dozen on the other with 7, just under 8 minutes to go here. And Antigua and Barbuda give it away now. So we haven't had any scoring so far in the first 2.5 minutes of this final quarter. A lot of errors and a few of those interceptions. Well, it's been a long tournament. It's been a really tough ask for these young 14 and 15-year-olds to plow through 7 days, playing 6 of them, plus training coming into it. Well, thought I saw Gregoire's right foot slip there. There appears, perhaps, is there a wet spot there? Just in front of the goal that is guarded by Antigua and Barbuda. I'm sure she would have called attention to it. It seemed to me that her foot just seemed to slide a little bit on the surface. Here comes Antigua and Barbuda. 6 behind now. Just Dominica scoring in this half so far, in this quarter so far. Oh, someone goes down very heavily. That's the center for Antigua and Barbuda. Well, Antigua's biggest hurdle has been their mid-court interceptions. They've given up a lot of these. That one shot from distance. The mid-court interceptions has really dogged Antigua and Barbuda in this tournament. Some would suggest that they need to play short and sharp to bypass Dominica's reach. A win for Dominica today will most likely secure them their 5th place finish. Solid result for them in their development program. Antigua certainly has nothing to lose. They can take a couple more risks in the last 4 minutes here. They trail by 6. Make that 7 as Gregoire gives them another. Antigua and Barbuda have spurned all of the chances they've gotten so far in this final quarter, and they have failed to score. And you look at their production rate over the match so far: 3 in the first quarter, 1 in the second quarter. There were only 5 goals in that second quarter, by the way. They got 7. Their third quarter was very, very good. And now they're scoreless so far in this final one. And they have the ball right now, and they're trying to move forward. A lot of lateral passes. Here's a forward pass. They're looking a lot more confident. Why not? They lead by 7. 3.5 to go, and they are looking good for a 5th place finish in this competition. Gregoire from distance doesn't fall for her. Antigua and Barbuda just 11 goals in this one. They've averaged 12 actually in their 5 games so far. So this is par for the course for them. I think it's apparent to their management and to the fans of the Antigua Barbuda team where some of the technical deficiencies that they will need to work on over the coming year. All part of the development. Some of these girls will be coming back next year. Some of them will age out. They'll be looking to play at the higher levels for Antigua and Barbuda. Simon should certainly be one of them. She's been one of the outstanding players. As that one hits the front of the rim. Graham is another. Despite her size, she is a fireball out there for the team. Antigua had a negative 119 goal difference coming into the game. Stronger defensive performance could be it, could give them that 5th place. And so far they've done well. They've kept Antigua and Barbuda down to 11. And if you keep a team under the average scoring rate, that tells you have done well. Well, a player has been called over here. That looks like, is it John who's called over? John has been called over. Also, Ryan getting a talking to from the official on this side of the field. Yeah, the officials are getting involved here, including those scoring and off the court. Some words being, some advice being given to the officials. Tempers have boiled over a few times in this game. Not just by degrees. No real big flare-ups. 8-goal lead here for Dominica. Unfortunately for Antigua and Barbuda, they are staring down the barrel of a 6th straight defeat here. Martin does well to pull that back, but it's back with the Dominica team. And Gregoire, who's dominated the scoring today, has another. She certainly has given the teams a bit to think about here. Change being asked for, and Antigua and Barbuda bringing on a couple of players. Well, a few of the fringe players for the Antigua and Barbuda team getting a chance to run in and get the feel of the tournament. Of course, there's been precious little. Their team, they have only had a couple of changes throughout in terms of their starting 7. Simon gets a bit of a break here with 1 minute and 12. That's the end of her tournament. And she's gotten a knock on her left arm. She's asking the assistant coach or the coach to assist her. Now they're calling for the medic. Oh, it's the ice pack they were calling for. Simon with a huge grimace on her face as she watches. Time has now gone to under 1 minute to go. Antigua and Barbuda at least would want to get one more goal before the end of this game. Dominica looking like they're just starting the game, but that was an illegal move. And the player's gone down. She's lost her shoe. And well, the crowd thought it funny, but not the player. But she did very well to stay on her feet, though. Well, at least to hold on to the ball, but I think that ankle foot just shifted as she slipped up. Dominica will not add to their tally of 20. Or will they? Gregoire looking to cap off her fine performance with another goal, and she does. That's 21 for Antigua and Barbuda. That could very well be the last goal of the game. It is the last play, and Antigua and Barbuda defeated 11-21, and that is Dominica getting their second win, and they have confirmed their 5th place spot in the tournament. Congratulations to them. Unfortunately for Antigua and Barbuda, they have lost all their games in the competition, but it's been a valuable learning experience. And even though in defeat, big smiles on the faces as the girls exchange greetings here. They know each other very well. They would have played in competitions between Eastern Caribbean and other competitions, Windward Islands, Leeward Islands, and it all ends very well here. So 21-11 is the win, and Antigua and Barbuda has kept scoreless in this 4th quarter. So 7th spot is where Antigua and Barbuda finish. Dominica will finish in 5th place. At least for now. We'll see where the Cayman Islands can do, because they are coming up against a very tough Grenada team. If they can beat Grenada, well, they will get their second win, and it will come down to goal difference at that point for the 5th place. Join us at 4 o'clock for the next game, 4:30 correction, for the next game. That is the Cayman Islands versus Grenada. This is action in the 2026 Jean-Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships, brought to you by PBS Technology Limited, Sport TT, Shazeel Mohammed Construction Limited, and Fit Docs. And that is the final.